southpaw, so let's see if she's going to utilize any of those rear leg kicks.
Already big shots from Das to the legs.
It was a good left for Kaylee.
Exchanging of kicks here as they move in from range.
You know, these two look more calculated.
Yes. Yeah, I was just
They're
about to
looking
say.
for the shots.
Big shot there from Cumbie.
Big shot, sits Aranda down temporarily.
Another big shot as she clinches into the cage.
She's finding the chin. Let's see if Aranda can use this for a wrestling engagement.
She has the underhook on the opposite side.
Looks like
Nice
she
reversal.
hits a nice reversal, and let's see if she sets up her own takedown here. Both ladies working here. You know, Kaylee looking to reverse and get off the wall, and Aranda looking to keep her here and set up her own takedown. She's hooking that leg, and she's gonna try to sweep her here. Almost. She gets her down.
And there in that seated position, that takedown is complete. Nice body lock here, and good job at keeping herself in between the cage and her opponent there, so can still work.
She's already opening up with some ground and pound. Let's see what Kaylee chooses to do here from the ground. She's looking to recover guard or use the wall to stand up. There's a couple options here. Aranda's staying aggressive.
1 minute left here in our first round, and you know, not a lot of time to work now.
Yeah, these 3 minutes fly by,
They
so let's
really
see.
do.
The lights dim, and the atmosphere thickens with tension as the announcer calls the names. First, stepping into the cage with icy focus, it's Callie Cumbie. She's got a calm expression but a coiled intensity in her walk, laser sharp. Across the cage, Aranda Das bounces on her toes, nodding to her corner, exuding pure aggression. This is a matchup between two fighters on the rise. Both hungry, both dangerous, both stepping into this cage to make a definitive statement. The ref calls them in, gives the final instructions. Glove touch, and here we go. Callie starts southpaw, Aranda orthodox. Aranda feints early, pumping the jab, testing range. Callie stays back, eyes locked, tight guard.
Clean here.
Really impressed with this right here. This is
Big
really good
shots
for her.
here, 10 seconds. She really starts to pile it on.
Kaylee's doing really good keeping her, you know, moving. She's not staying still on bottom. But, you know, Aranda got knocked down in that round, was able to reverse that, get her own takedown, and land some good ground and pound. So that's an interesting round right there.
Yeah, and it would be interesting to see if Kaylee takes the same approach this time. Will she initiate in the clinch or try to grapple at all now, knowing
Right.
that she was in pretty much a dominant position, was reversed off the
Got
cage
reversed
and taken down.
Yes.
And that can be really, I mean, for me, not in this arena, it was close, it was somewhere in Oklahoma. I fought Justin Rader
Okay.
and thought, I'll take him down.
Jiu-jitsu guy, yep.
And he was like, nah,
Take me down.
hey, bud.
Let me.
Go for
ahead.
it. Yeah, and so that didn't work out great for me. But the long story short was, going into the second round, I was like, what is my game plan?
Right. It makes you kind
What
of
do I
question.
do now?
Yes.
You know, because I thought that was going to be what I did, and
Right.
now they've put that in question.
Yes. I think Kaylee's going to, you know, stay on the aggression.
Uh-huh.
She looks like an aggressive. And she was landing that so clean. Again, the southpaw. The southpaw, sometimes if you're not prepared with the southpaw, that'll just mess you up a little bit. So let's see if Aranda adjusts to that southpaw striking.
A little bit of exchange here.
Yeah, they're exchanging. You know, these are like 3, 4, 5 punch combos they are throwing. Both legs are looking a little red. These leg kicks from both are also landing. Looks like Aranda's putting some pressure, maybe looking to get her back to the cage.
Ooh, nice 3 over the
That's
top
good.
there. And then Kaylee clinches in, looking for a takedown herself, and is reversed with the outside trip.
Yes.
Very nice to the underhook side is Aranda, and she finds herself again on top.
Aranda, she does a good job of finding her way to the top. You know, using somebody else's takedown attempt and, you know, making it work for her.
Good wrestling hips, making sure I find my way on top.
Yes, let's see if she opens up with some ground and pound here like she did in the first round. She's controlling.
First strike from Aranda. A quick leg kick to the outside of Cumby's lead thigh. Callie responds with a high guard jab, then circles out left. Aranda presses forward again with a right hand down the pipe, partially blocked. Callie counters with a quick inside low kick. Pace is patient, calculated. Callie throws a front kick up the middle that just misses the chin. Aranda rushes in with a 1-2 combo and tags Cumby with a right to the temple. That gets her attention. Callie stays calm, resets, and fires a stinging left hand that lands clean on the cheekbone. Aranda shakes it off and closes the distance, pressing Callie into the cage in a tight clinch. They battle for control in the clinch. Aranda looking for underhooks, Callie fighting for wrist control. Knees exchanged. Aranda lands a solid one to the thigh. Callie answers with a brutal knee to the body. Aranda grits her teeth and throws another one. This is a gritty exchange, pure clinch warfare. Callie slips around, reverses the position, and breaks off with a sharp elbow over the top. Back at E. Range. Aranda shows a little blood on the lip. Callie staying light on her feet now, bouncing in and out. She lands a sharp left hook, then another. Aranda pushes forward again, bulldozing with volume. Hook, hook, right hand! Callie gets tagged! She steps back, shakes it off, keeps composure, and fires a spinning back fist. It connects. Aranda stumbles. Back! Callie doesn't rush. She stalks, keeping...
They're fighting, both fighting hard here. Offensive and defensive, you know. It's hard to defend when someone's on your back, so Kaylee's doing a good job there. Aranda's looking to transition to the top.
Triangle. Yeah, turning into that arm triangle. She's got it nice and deep, but can Kaylee survive? There's only 10 seconds left here in the round. The clapper.
She needs to lock her hands here. Let's
Nice. I like that. I like that.
ground and pound.
Yep.
Finish the round. That was almost an illegal kick there. She's lucky that didn't land on the head. But another good round, back and forth. Aranda was able to take advantage of Kaylee's takedown attempt and landed on top again.
Yeah, again, I feel like that is going to be the critical flaw. She'll go back and look at this match and say, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have been so aggressive. You know, you need to be aggressive, but if someone's looking to take you down and you know that, you need to make sure you're not walking into the takedown.
And just a lot more ground control, damage, and submission attempts there in the second round. So Aranda Doss really starting to pull away now, looking like Kaylee is going to need to either find a finish or have a very big round.
Kaylee she's landing those straight lefts. You know, she's finding the chin. So Aranda needs to not throw naked kicks here in this last round. And let's see who wants to get the takedown, because Kaylee was shooting. She might want to be on top. That might be her strategy to get this last round going.
Absolutely, and here we are in our final round.
Kaylee had some good power. You know, she was landing some really good shots that hurt Aranda. So let's see if she goes back to that power. That straight left is just really landing for her.
Nice. That was a good left for her.
She's landing that.
Yes.
She looks a little bit longer. You know, she's really got that straight. It's not coming so much overhand or loopy. It's just straight to the target, and it's landing.
Ooh, but back in the clinch and gives her back up.
See, Aranda needs to do something quickly here. She might be able to circle out and stay standing.
Oh, this is my favorite thing to do. Is
Straight
just that
to the
one
back.
hook in. Let them feel your weight. Drag them down.
Drag him down.
And now we find ourselves right back in the last round.
On the
Rear and
back.
seat, chokes coming.
2 minutes left. Let's see
Ground
what she
and
can
pound.
do here.
What is,
It's a little bit more time for her to work.
yeah, 30 seconds more.
Looks like she's gonna transition back to the top. Maybe go for that arm triangle, or maybe just go for mount. She's bringing that right leg across, which makes me think she's gonna go back to mount. She's already got that arm triangle kind of locked. Let's see.
Yeah, now she's just in a good position to start to lace that up, and if need be, drive into that ground and pound. But she's really driving that arm, looking for that choke. But
She needs to lock that
Kaylee's
up.
doing a good job of trying to stay. Oh, she's gonna try to force it here.
I think Aranda might look.
The jab pumping. Aranda still aggressive, still pushing, but the tempo is favoring Callie's precision. She lands a clean right to the body, then a low kick that echoes through the arena. Aranda lunges in, eats a counter left, and clinches again. This time, Callie slips under and gets the body lock takedown. Callie lands in half guard, head tight against Aranda's chest. She begins working methodically, elbows to the ribs, peppering shots to the body. Aranda tries to shrimp, but Cumbie traps her leg, keeping her flattened. She slides her forearm under the chin, not quite under the neck, but enough to force a reaction. Aranda defends, giving up her back in the scramble. Cumbie's got the hooks. In! She's flattening Aranda out. Callie is looking for the choke. Arms threaded, squeeze initiated, but Aranda peels the top arm, still in danger. Callie adjusts, hammer fists from the back, repositions her grip, one arm under the chin again. Tight this time. Aranda grits it out, peels again, survives the choke. Incredible defense, but she's eating shots. Callie ends the round with strong control and a final elbow as the horn sounds. Big round for Cumbie. Striking precision, cage control, and a
To
dangerous...
the end of the fight, it does look like she will. And that is the fight. Ladies putting it all on the line. Kaylee Cumbie and Aranda Das putting on quite a fight.
That
Das really showing her wrestling pedigree and her grappling. Put into some actually defensive positions twice, turning them into offensive gains and really won the fight from them. So great job.
Love how technical that fight was too. You know,
Yes.
both sides was so technical. Kaylee had some really good technical striking.
All right, Shawnee, before we go to the judges' scorecards, please, a round of applause for both of these amazing athletes. Sensational. The judges' scores are as follows: 30-27, 30-26, and 30-25, all for your winner by way of unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, Aranda